Imam Mahdi. A call before the shout. A gift from God the Merciful. The Book of the End Times. Full version of Furqan. Contains a correction of history. And it mentioned the Mahdi, the Jews, the Beast and Jesus Christ. Muhammad Mahdi the Mari. In the name of God the Merciful, and His prayer and peace be upon His chosen messenger and His immaculate family. The Furqan. Discover an assembly of Muhammad Mahdi the Mari. Dear reader, whether you are a God-fearing or not, think with me about what I did to decipher this mystery. The Quran cleverly conceals a hidden secret that can be metaphorically compared to a puzzle whose parts are not assembled. The reconstruction of this puzzle reveals the existence of an unpublished message, the content of which evokes the future in great details and includes many information of the utmost importance. Many surahs begin with the letters you read separately and being meaningless. However, Muslim theologians agree on the enigma contained in these letters without managing to break. Indeed, there are 14 letters scattered at the beginning of several surahs. While reading the names of these letters, you detect the presence of 3 additional ones, W, F, D. Thus you finally get 17 letters. The process for getting the message is: at the first level, we make sentences of 14 letters each without repeating. We receive an original message. At the second level, the same process is repeated, but with 17 letters used in a single sentence. We will eventually have a message related to the first, but clearer and more detailed. I compiled this message based on different topics. The result is surprising for Shiites and Sunnis. Despite it relies on a very strong argument, since this is the only possible message, but their sectarian interests have prevented them from paying attention to it. I present you this divine message. Testimony of the names of God. The Wise. God the Wise transmitted His secret text in pieces. God the Wise separated the letters of a text hiding a secret. The text of God the Wise certainly has a secret. The Alive. God the Alive has cut into pieces the text of a mystery of your family. The text of your mystery has been cut off by God the Alive. A scattered text has been secretly told by God the Alive. The True. Obey God the True. He will announce your secret. God the True. Give the text of your secret. Obey God the True. He will spread the secret of your family. God the True will spread a secret that belongs to you. Obeys Him. The Merciful. Obey the merciful God. We render you justice. Me the Merciful, I cut my text for you. The Supporter. Obey God the Supporter Sovereign. He will uphold His right. His name is the Supporter, and He brought out your right. God the Supporter keeps the future of your right. The future of a right is maintained by the Supporter. The Generous. The truth of the text of God the Generous is glowing. The truthful text of God the Generous is glowing. God the Generous spreads the text of His truth. Obey God the generous and ask Him the truthful text. Obey the text of God the generous and ask Him for a truth. The most generous. Whoever will make the truth is God the most generous. God the most generous will bring out His truth. The hearing. A text from God the hearing purifies the truth of your family. God the hearing purifies the text of your right. God the hearing purifies the text of the right of your family. The all-knowing. The all-knowing wrote it, and He protected your right. The exact path of your right has been prescribed by God the all-knowing. Whoever has protected the text of your right is God the all-knowing. The savant. God the savant writes your right in lines and diffuses it. The text of your right will be written in lines by God the savant. The dominator. God the dominator and merciful makes your text shine. It is certain that the text of dominator, God and sage will spread. God the dominator will come out a text of judgment. The supreme overbearing. God the supreme overbearing and clement broadcasts your text widely. God the supreme overbearing will emerge a decree. It is certain that God the supreme overbearing will broadcast a text. The sublime. Whoever wrote your law in lines is God the sublime. Your text certainly was written in lines by God the sublime. The king. Obey God the king who will broadcast the secret of his right. God the king will make a right triumph and spread it. The most merciful. God the most merciful will broadcast for to you a story. The source of peace. God the source of peace will support your right. Obey Him. God the supporter of your right is salvation. Obey Him. The indications of the Holy Quran. Protected Quran. Obeys God the King. His Quran will be corrected. The Quran will be corrected and God the King will broadcast it. The Quran will brighten up and reconcile you. Your Quran will enlighten and reconcile them. A judgment will have arrived and its reading will be broadcast. A Quran will have arrived and his judgment will be broadcast. Your Quran is true and correct, and you must obey it. Your Quran will be rescue and will be correct, and you must obey. A Quran belongs to you, will be correct, and you must obey. A judgment of the Quran will have arrived, and you will have to obey. Your Quran will be repaired. You must obey it. Your Quran is true, and you must call God who gave it. Your Quran is true, and He will all reveal to them. A Quran will be rectified, and you must obey His way. Obey my Quran. His path is just. The way of my Quran is right. You must obey it. Obey your Quran. Who will correct them? O Muhammad, obey the Quran of God, you will correct. The 7 duets. Composition of 2 letters plus 2 letters plus 2 letters. To 14 letters. What has been given in this text and a secret from you? I order you to obey. In the letters of this stated phrase, there is the secret that concerns you and you must obey it. What has been pronounced for you is a secret of right, you must obey. Indications are miracles. God has revealed your right in lines of writing to create a miracle. The secret text of your right will emerge a miracle. A secret of right will make for you a miracle. The secret of your text will reveal a miracle. The secret of your right is a text that emerges a miracle. God will make for the secret of your right a clue. You must obey the text of your right. God will send you a miracle. I will support a righteous man who will declare a miracle for you. The message of God. Whoever has put his text in pieces is God the living who sent you. God the wise sent a text and he scattered it. God the wise will disperse a text from a letter. Your text is right. It will give you a message. God the true will give you a text of a letter. Your right made a letter. God the sender scattered a text from a tale. A text has been scattered. We'll send a tale. I will send a text of right and I will give it to you. God sent a text that will bring out your right. The text of God has been sent and will give you your right. O messenger, obey the text of your right. The right of Ali and his family. Ali the prince. The text I dissociated includes your secret. I will follow this text by an order that you must obey. Obey the text of your right, and God will nominate Ali, a king. Your text on the right will arise its nomination. The text that will write his appointment also emerges your right. Ali is a pure man who holds to a text of law. The text of your prince's right is illuminated. God clarified the text of your prince's right. The right of your prince is clarified surely. The aggressor who obstructs your prince, God places him downstairs. The right is with Ali and his family. I will really dissociate the mystery text from sage. The future will triumph your right. I will trace the right of your family with its text. I will trace your text with the right for your family. The writer of this text will organize your right. The residence of Ali is the path of truth. Ali's relationship with the truth is like the regulating thread of agate. God helps Ali to keep the thread of truth. I am going to take care of Ali's text extraction methods. My authority is to the right assigned to Ali, your son-in-law. The authority of my truth is with your son-in-law, Ali. We will give the right to your son-in-law, Ali. We will give the right to the family of your son-in-law, Ali. We will give a right to your son-in-law, Ali. Your family will be acquitted when the right text appears. The mystery of God's text gives your family the right. The secret of God will compose the truth about your family. The secret of God will compose a truth for you. God, the true, concocts your secret. The companions of the prophet and the declaration of the government of Ali. The position of the Quraysh tribe of the announcement of the inauguration of Ali. Have your tribe hear the text of my right. Your tribe will hear the text of my right. Your tribe hears a text on the right. A tribe hears a text of right for your family. A tribe makes hear the text of your family's right. I announce to your tribe the text of my right. I make all the tribes hear the text on my right. One tribe heard the truth, and yet it recedes with disbelief. Your tribe does not hear a text of truth. Your tribe pretended to be deaf towards truth. A deaf tribe will curse your right. I declare that the truth is not on the side of your tribe. Disobedient hides the right of your offspring. A text of God the wise that had been stolen. God will divulge it. A right has been revealed in lines exposes their disobedience. Their disobedience to your right was recorded. The betrayal of two stepfathers. Your right has discovered the truth of the poison placed by two stepfathers. Two stepfathers will obstruct your right. Two stepfathers will ruin your dream. Two stepfathers will blaspheme you in your absence. Two greedy stepfathers destroy your family. Your son-in-law's right will be obstructed. A father-in-law, Omar, obliterates Ali's right. The right of Ali, your supporter, was obliterated. Omar, Ali's stepfather, obliterates your right. The right of Ali, your son-in-law, has been obliterated. Punishment in the world and the afterlife. Cursed has obliterated the right of your son-in-law. God will curse the person who will obliterate the right of your son-in-law. God will curse a father-in-law who will obliterate your right. God cursed the two men who obliterated the right of your son-in-law. God cursed the men who obliterated the right of your son-in-law. I'm going to hit the enemies of your son-in-law with the drought to support him. The drought will actually crush those who have disobeyed. A drought will break all disobedient. Your tribe will be destroyed by the tribulations. God will put those who disobey you into Sakkar's hell. God will give the disobedient to Sakkar's hell. We will decide to put the disobeys in Hutama's hell, the crushing. The monarch of Abu Bakr and Omar. Abu Bakr, greedy stepfather, will reach your right. A father-in-law ruled 2 years by exploiting your right. Othman, a king in conflict with Ali will be besieged. A king will be besieged by bandits. We will remove from the government all those who reigned Ali. Omar, Omar has concealed the text of the lordship of Ali. Your right will emerge poisoning that a stepfather bequeathed you. A text has been stolen, and God the wise will show it. A text has been burned, and God will give it back. Whoever burned your text concealed it. He burned your text, and he concealed it. I'll tell you the name of a thief who burned it. It's a hatred that has driven the thief to obliterate my right. The one who obliterated a text of right hates Ali. Malicious will obstruct the text on his right. Omar will reach the text on your right. A text thief will obstruct Ali's leadership. A foolish father-in-law will obstruct you. Imbecile will obstruct your son-in-law. Omar is the man who dropped all the advice. The wiles of Omar make your text valueless. The soldiers of a bastard will erase the text of Ali. The rogue is the one who will stop your advice. An attack on the house of the Prophet's family. Omar will burst into your family's house. He will try to burn your family. The man who broke into the house hates Ali. He broke into Ali's house using the deceitfulness. Omar aborted the fetus of Fatima. Omar overthrew your fortified daughter. Musan fetus of your son-in-law were aborted. Your father-in-law will drop the fetus of your daughter named Musan. Omar knocked down your fortified fetus grandson. A pure fortified fetus will be aborted. Ali's restriction. Your son-in-law is surrounded and will be bound. I will drop those who tie with a rope, your son-in-law. Who besieges your family, I will cut off his offspring. I will cut off the offspring of any man who besieges your family. Ali was forced to give up his right for his enemies when he was dragged to the ground. Omar kills Fatima, and the companions of the Prophet are silent. Ali's tribe killed Hassan's mother. Hussein's mother, your son-in-law's wife, was killed. Your tribe killed the mother of Hassan, son of Ali. The man who killed Hassan's mother is hated. The reason for the death of Hassan's mother is hatred. Your father-in-law kills Hussein's mother. Your father-in-law will kill Hassan's mother. Your father-in-law killed Hassan and Hussein's mother. The authority and descriptions of Omar. God curses the power of a fallen father-in-law. God curses the government of an exaggerated father-in-law. A cursed and exaggerated father-in-law will rule. Omar managed to take Ali's right, and as a result, he lost his belief. Omar the bastard of Suhik is sinister. A bastard has besieged his house for a year. Ali had married his daughter with a despicable man. Omar is rogue and stupid. Your advice does not reach his ears. Omar is despicable. Who advises him will be tired. Omar the bastard of Suhak will accelerate the tribulations. Omar the bastard of Suhak increased the tribulations. We turn down the deception of Omar the bastard of Suhak. God lowers a king who disobeyed Ali. The killing of Omar. The cursed one falls after being scarred with a machete. A knife caused the death of Omar the gangster. Your father-in-law, the stupid, will be stabbed. A machete will scrape Omar and knock him down. I'll show you the evil thief ripped. Omar is vicious. A knife makes him fall. Omar was cut by a knife, and he fell to the ground. Omar's spleen was cut by a knife. Omar the degrading will die of a heartbreaking wound. How many king will be destroyed by a right? Your king was destroyed by my right. The fate of Omar. The descendants of Suhak, Omar's mother, will be cut. The disobedient king who stole Ali's right will fall. God will curse the bastard that was thrown by Suhak's belly. A bastard will disobey you, and we will deprive him of all good things. We are going to produce a king for Sakar's hell. We are going to produce Sakar's hell for a king. I am going to burn a repulsive man who will bounce back. A greedy son of Suhak will be burned. Ali the prince. The followers of Ali are dispersing. A king pushes your son-in-law will be lowered. A thief will obstruct your prince will be lowered. Ali will crush a thief who will bounce back. Idiots will drive back your son-in-law. Ali's power is supported by the incorrect. Your son-in-law found himself in the same place as the fake ones. Your son-in-law ended up in the same place as the depressed ones. Angry men will repel your son-in-law. Two greedy men will join your son-in-law. Ali will expire through tribulations. Kharijits, outlaws, kill Ali. Gangsters allow themselves to kill your son-in-law. A gangster allows himself to kill your son-in-law. Those who allowed the murder of your son-in-law are murderers. Your son-in-law stabbed with a poisoned sword by someone who follows him. Your son-in-law is followed and will be stabbed. The stupid is going to stab your son-in-law. We will tell you that Ali's head was crushed. Whoever stabbed your son-in-law will be wrong. As soon as your son-in-law is stabbed, he gets up. As soon as your son-in-law is stabbed, he gets sick. Readers of the Quran put the poison for Ali. Men insult your son-in-law. A drunk thief will hinder your son-in-law. People will finish the continuity of Ali's kingdom. The evil will uproot the foundations of the kingdom of Ali. The disobedience of Talha and Aisha and the forgiveness of God to them. Talha's disobedience and God's forgiveness to him. Talha steals the power that is written in your text. Talha steals the command that belongs to you during a year. Talha is next to the thieves of your text. A thief close to Talha will bounce back. Talha will block your supporter. Many disobedient people will fight with Talha. We will eliminate Talha's battles. With Talha, the separate letters of the Quran will be read in its text. There are Quran readers with Talha and they will bounce. Talha makes your text heard by Quran readers. Talha will protect your Quran. Your Quran will protect Talha. Your Quran will correct the greed of Talha. Aisha's disobedience and God's forgiveness to her. Your wife disobeys you and governs by the abuse of power. What your wife, Hamera, did to you is very bad. What your wife, Hamera, did to you is very bad. What your wife, Hamera, did to you is very harmful. Your wife has disobeyed Ali and put you a poison. Your wife disobeyed you and put a poison to Ali. Your wife will disobey you and join Talha. Talha will maintain your sanctity of your marriage. Talha will protect your wife. The woman who puts you, the poison is the one who disobeyed Talha. Who makes you drink poison, it is himself killed Talha. Your wife has disobeyed you and put the poison to Talha. I will inform you that Hamera will be killed. A thief killed the reddish wife among your women. A thief kills your wife with a knife. A disobedient has poisoned your wife. Your wife will be killed with a dagger. I will inform you of the death of your wife. Your wife is going to be stabbed and die. Your wife will be corrected after a long cupidity. I will correct the greed of your wife. Your wife is hungry for power. I will repair it. Disobedience of the wives of the Prophet. Your women will be devoid of their lineage. I will divorce from you women who will disobey Ali. Your women have disobeyed, I will divorce them. One of your women is going to kill you. I'm going to burn her. Hassan and Hussein. Hassan protected your path. Your family's path protected Hassan. Your path has protected Hassan's family. Hassan protected the path of your family. A king betrays Hassan's way. Hassan is hindered by a drunk thief and decadent, a disobedient man whom you forgave. When you entered Mecca, This man I deprive him of paradise. Sneakiness will limit everything the way of Hassan. They will stop the reign of Ali, your support. Hassan was killed by a poisoned bread. A drunken and vicious usurper has brought poison into his nourishment. Supervisors of your tribe will kill Hassan. Who killed Hassan is the person who was pardoned by you in Mecca. Hussein, son of Ali, was killed. An unfaithful king disobeys Hussein. A switch usurper hates Hussein. A malicious usurper cutting Hussein. I inform you that Hussein was killed by a group. A usurper attacks and cuts Hussein's head. Hussein was cut by a sword. Hussein was killed by a rogue usurper. A king who is father-in-law will kill Hussein. One of your stepfathers ripped Hussein. Hussein was killed and torn. Who killed Hussein became fragmented. All who stabbed Hussein. God had cut off their offspring. The destiny of the descendants of the Prophet. The cut off the descendants of the Prophet. I will tell them that the descendants of your family have been cut off. An ordeal will cut your family. Evil cut the fate of your family. The curse of Egypt destroys your family. The offspring of your family will be cut off by the stabbing. Your descendants will be cut off from the origin. Their siege will cut your offspring. Your children are eradicated by a siege. People will cut your family's building. The turn of your destiny will be crushed. A usurper smashes pure supporters. The cut off the descendants of Ali. The descendants of the kinship of a sage have been cut. A father-in-law cut the offspring of a wise man. A murdered man cuts off the offspring of your son-in-law. The descendants of your son-in-law are abolished by massacre. Disobedient crushes Ali's offspring. Suffering kills your son-in-law. Tribulations lead to cut the family of your son-in-law. I inform you that his descendants will be cut. I inform you that all his descendants will be cut. An apostate will cut the descendants of Ali. The tricks of the inhabitants of Egypt cut off his descendants. Those who were covered by the apostle with a cloth were killed. The cut off the descendants of Hassan. A rogue usurper will kill Hassan and cut his lineage. One of the stepfathers will kill Hassan and cut his line. People will kill Hassan with your family. All saints will be killed with Hassan. The cut off the descendants of Hussein. All those pure were killed with Hussein. People killed Hussein and killed your family with him. People kill Hussein with your family. A usurper, king of Iraq Tom, crushes Hussein. One of the father-in-law kills Hussein and cuts his line. A rogue usurper kills Hussein and cuts his lineage. Whoever crushed Hussein is a usurper and hateful. The cut off the descendants of Hassan at Hussein. The lineage of your son-in-law's children has been cut. The children of Hassan and Hussein will be stabbed. One of the father-in-law killed the children of Hassan and Hussein. A rascal usurper killed his children, Hassan and Hussein. The murder of Zainab. The Egyptian people lowered Zainab. Zainab captured by an apostate who tortures her. I will inform you of the murder of your granddaughter. The inhabitants of Egypt killed a living daughter of Ali. A king cuts the head of a virtuous woman. The inhabitants of Egypt allow the cutting of the head of your granddaughter. One of the stepfathers killed you a living woman, old granddaughter. The offspring of a king who killed the virtuous Zainab will be cut off. The Egyptian people hinder you your right. The inhabitants of Egypt hinder you your right. The inhabitants of Egypt will emerge your right. The crime of the Umayyads and the cutting of their descendants. The Umayyads cut off your offspring after they besieged them. Your offspring has been cut off by the despotism of the Umayyads. The Umayyads insisted on cutting off your offspring. The Umayyads destroyed your turn. We will not hurry to punish those who cut off your offspring. We inform you that we will cut the offspring of the Umayyads. We inform you that we will cut the offspring of everything the Umayyads. We will cut off for you the offspring of the Umayyads. We will destroy the tower of all the Umayyads. We will destroy the total turn of the Umayyads. Punishment of Almighty God. We will cut off the offspring of anyone besieging Ali's family. We are going to cut off the offspring of one of the fathers-in-law who wiped out your lineage. Whoever has annihilated your offspring, his lineage will be cut. We are going to abolish the offspring of anyone who has cut off the lineage of your son-in-law. We will cut off the offspring of anyone who besieged him. Who cut off your offspring, I will send him hellfire. A Sunni and Sunnism. A Sunni. The name of the one who supported your right emerged. His name has appeared, and he will support your right. A name will come up and your right strengthens it. Your supporter will emerge Ali's right. Your supporter will emerge the right of your family. An immaculate Sunni prepares the right of the Prophet. A Sunni man followed your straight path. A Sunni man has emerged at the right of your son-in-law. A surely Sunni man follows the true path of your right. A Sunni man has absorbed your rightful way. The whole way is true with a Sunni man. Your right will prepare an immaculate man. An immaculate man will be created for your right. An immaculate man will make a right for you. An immaculate man and correct man builds your right. An immaculate man will make your text of right. An immaculate man has woven Ali's right text. A meeting will take place between Sunni and your path. An immaculate man will join your text. Your text will reach an immaculate man. An immaculate man will know the text of your right. Certainly, an immaculate man will make audible the text of your right. An immaculate man will manifest the essence of your truth. An immaculate man will pass your right to those who will come after you. An immaculate Sunni man protects your right. A fair man will discover the secret. I give the text of your secret to a just man. Your future will be supported by a just man. The appearance of a just man will support you. A just man composes the writing of your family. A just man spreads your way. A just man will follow my path. A just man will follow a very good path of truth. Almighty God has prepared, Mari, for this right. A secret text has been scattered for a wise man. A man from the tribe of Khatan has been protected for your secret. I keep your secret for a man from the Khatan tribe. A man from the Khatan tribe makes here the right of your son-in-law. I will predestinate Mahdi for your right. Mahdi appeared. Your right arises. Mahdi made the text of your right dazzling. Mahdi made the text of your family's right shine. Undoubtedly, Mahdi has made light the text of your right. A tolerant reads your text and spread it. Sunnis. The path of your right leads to an ethic. Your path is correct and we will teach it. The group Sunni will know the way to your truth. A group of Sunnis will follow your path. Your way will be brought back by a Sunni group. I will give my exact way to the Sunni group. Your way will reform the Sunni group. The path of your family is carried out by a group Sunni. The path of your family is correct with the Sunnis. The Sunni path is reconciled with you. Christ Jesus and the Antichrist. The Antichrist. The magic of a beast, cat, made him a king. The cat, monster, is a wizard and will build his own kingdom. The man who will kill the Antichrist is a supporter of you. A king who is your advocate kills the most evil cat. We will fix what the monster is going to destroy, cat. Christ Jesus. The reign of Christ accomplished the holiness of the text of your right. Jesus is a king who will purify the text of your right. Jesus observes from above, and his truth will be a support for you. When Jesus is among you, your right will be his victory. When Jesus will be among you, the text of your right honored him. Jesus will purify the right text for you. The holy Jesus will reach your text. Followers of Jesus will be informed of your right. Proponents of Jesus will follow your text. Composed sentences of 17 letters, second level. 3 new letters are found in the components of the names of 5 first letters, WFD. The prophet and the text. O Messenger Ahmad, obey the jurisprudence of your text. O son of Amina, your secret was organized. Obey my right. O son of Amina, God will organize your right. Obey. Separate letters. A text, from which I will separate his letters, will guide you. Separate letters of a text will guide you. I will separate the letters from a text to guide you. The letters of your text are entered by God in the Quran. Registration of the right. On a specific date, I will make a text to highlight your right. God introduces in the Quran a text whose letters are separated. A text whose letters are separated will have been introduced in the Quran. The Word of God will insert letters of dispersed text. I will guide you to letters of a scattered text. I will give you scattered text letters. God will support you with a text whose letters are separated. God has aligned the text of your family's right according to his promise. A promise text has been arranged in the Word of God. A promise for the future is in a letter that includes your text. God, the independent master and forgiving, will write your right. We will give by dates the emergence of the text of your right. God forgiving will give a text involves your right. Certainly, God, the true master and autonomous, wrote your right. God, the indulgent, will give the lines of the text of your right. A sporadic secret text. A text that concerns you, and whose content is scattered, will be narrated. The smooth God has hidden the date on which will appear a text of your right. A revelation brings up a mystery text, was enough for your family. A secret text whose content is scattered will be your guide. A secret text whose content is scattered guides you. A revelation was enough Ali and will makes appear a secret text. The path of truth. All my way is true, and we will support it. God the wise, the infinitely holy have a path that is useful to you. He who has a useful way for you is certainly God, the wise and the infinitely holy. My right path is taken care of, and will support you. Certainly, God the Forgiver has supported the path of true religion. God the Forgiver will guide you from His right path. A text of letters has been hidden in the Quran. The 14 letters you will receive, Noon, is a letter that I have introduced separately. Sad is a separate letter, is inserted for you. Sad is a separate letter. We will insert it for you. I order that Ha be separated and be inserted in the Quran for your text. I distinct Ha for Mahdi who will reveal your text. God has separated Ha for Mahdi and will help you succeed. God has separated Ha for you and will help Mahdi to succeed. God inserts a letter, Kaf, for a scattered text. Ya is a letter inserted in the Quran and separated for your text. God scattered a text and inserts the letter, Mim, for you. Will prepare a letter, Kaf, and I will put it in the Quran for your text. God prepare a letter, Kaf, and insert it for you. We will give you a letter, Kaf, and will insert it for your text. The letter, Aleph, is distinct for your text and inserted in the Quran. A text of a speech and a letter, Ta, are inserted in the Quran. A text and a letter, Ta, are inserted in the Quran for you. God gives the letter Ain, hidden for your text. Ain is given correctly to Mahdi in your Furqan. The letter Ain has been hidden and we will give it for your text. God insert the letter Lam in the Quran for a scattered text. God separates the letter Lam from your text and inserts it into the Quran. God has scattered your text and inserts the letter Ha into the Quran. Sin is a separate letter of a text and supports you. I will disperse your text for Mahdi and I separate the letter Sin. God inserted for you a text contains a letter Ra. The 3 additional letters WFD. God will separate a letter Wa from a text that I will give you. Wa is a letter of dispersed text offered for you. Wa is a letter of dispersed text will be offered for you. Wa is a separate letter and inserted in the Quran for your text. I will separate a letter, Wa, of your text, to Mahdi. God makes his text in secret and he separates the letter F to Ahmad. The secret of your text contains separate F for Mahdi. Dal is a letter from your family is in the middle of their text. A letter, Dal, will come to you from letters separated. We are going to separate Dal and Mahdi obey to your right. the people of the Prophet and aggression against them. A right of a virtuous and faithful man has been inserted with your text in the Quran. Your text has been inserted with a right of a pure and faithful man in the Quran. Your text has narrated the truth concerning Ali and Fatima. The right of Fatima was inserted in the Quran, and Ali corroborates you. The secret of your text informs the right of Fatima. Your secret, making the right of two sons of Fatima. The text of your secret informs us about the right of Fatima. Your son-in-law has lost Hassan's mother and will be hindered. The offspring of your son-in-law and Hassan's mother were cut off. Your son-in-law will be killed, and the offspring of Hassan's mother will be cut off. Hatred leads Fatima and your descendants to death. A race infidel cut off the lineage of Ali, the God recommended. O Ahmad, the progeny of the God recommended is cut by an unfaithful race. The lineage of the recommended by the Prophet Ahmad was cut by an unfaithful race. I truthfully promise that I will support the right of Fatima. I promise you that I will declare the right of Fatima. The return of your right gives Fatima a victory. The farm of Fadak is the right of Fatima and her sons. The farm of Fadak is a right, and the future will lift the victory of your family. The farm of Fadak is a mother's right, and a text will emerge its secret. The farm of Fadak is the right of your family, and a text will emerge a secret. The farm is the right of Fatima, and I will emerge the secret of my text. The farm is the right of Fatima, and the text of Ali will be arranged. God will arrange Ali's right and Fadak's text. A greedy man stole Fadak, and I'll reveal his wiles. My text will emerge the secret of his right and Fadak. Fadak is definitely your right, and two stepfathers will be greedy. I sent you a text that will reveal the usurper of Fadak. The text of Saint Ali, and your right will be incorrigible. God lowers whoever disobeys and usurps Fadak. Fadak is a right whose text has been concealed and erased. Fatima's right concerning the Fadak farm was folded with a secret text. I emerge my secret text and the right of Fatima, Fadak. The secret of my text emerges their right and the farm Fadak. Infidelity and disobedience. A tribe of corrupt hypocrites. Muhammad explains the true religion and makes your tribe heard. Your backer will emerge their hatred. Your tribe or deaf, spoil your right, God will curse them. The corrupt tribe of an usurper has opposed your right. The tribe of an usurper will corrupt your right. A father-in-law and two fetters have corrupted your right. A man who hinders you and two stepfathers corrupts your right. The emergence of two fathers-in-law corrupted your right. A tribe has corrupted your knowledge and the text of my right. One tribe corrupted your achievements and the text of my right. Your right came by a corrupt tribe. Your text will come to us through a corrupt tribe. Your right will be declared through a corrupt tribe. A corrupt tribe will know the text of your right. Righteousness path is dominated by corrupt men. The unbelievers obstruct your text of right and trample it. The corrupters of your right will hinder your son-in-law. A tribe has corrupted your right and Ali's text. They spoiled your right and corrupted the text of saintly Ali. Omar is an enemy of God and his messenger. One of the fathers-in-law has corrupted Ali's text and your right. God curses Ali's right spoiler and your path righteousness. God curses the spoiler who corrupted the right of the saint recommended by you. God curses the unbelieving hater who erased the recommendation. Who ruined your path was rewarded with gratitude and honor. Omar will trample your right and the text of two sons of Ali. Omar will trample Ali's right and the text of your two grandchildren. Omar will trample Ali's text and the right of your two grandchildren. Omar recanted in apostasy and trampled the right of two sons of Ali. Omar hid your text and the right of two sons of Fatima. Omar renounced religion and hid the right of two sons of Fatima. Whoever hinders you is a hate stepfather. Who will corrupt your right and will prevent it is a father-in-law. Omar's gang violates the sanctity of your family. Omar dropped your grandchild, fetus, and destroyed your text. Omar aborted a fetus of Ali and destroyed you a text. Your grandson, fetus, was declared for you and was aborted by Omar. It is certainly Omar who has aborted your grandchild and therefore he has apostatized. It is certain that Omar aborted your grandson's fetus and trampled Ali's text. Omar has surely dropped your grandson, fetus, and retired for apostasy. Omar will insult your text and your grandchildren. It is Omar who lowers the text of all your grandchildren. Omar has usurped the text of your right and he spoiled it. Omar is a bastard who spoiled your advice. Omar has recoiled from the truth and he is spiteful and bad-ribbled. Omar the stupid is resentful and has violated your text. Omar is a usurper and unfaithful. God will reveal his tricks. Omar tramples Ali's text and spoils every right. A father-in-law invented a religion and distorted a right. Omar is an enemy of Ali and an unbeliever. He has distorted the text of the right of God. An enemy atheist will distort Ali's right text. A text is folded with a right and an unbeliever has deformed it. Omar is a boor. He is an aberration. He has usurped the text of Ali and Fadak. Omar is an enemy of God and an unbeliever. He has distorted the text of my right. An unfaithful and resentful man has hidden Ali's text. A rancorous unbeliever has distorted his text. Ali's text was distorted by a very unfaithful and spiteful man. A father-in-law spoiled greedy men and all right. A usurper foe burned the house of Fatima. Your enemy stole Fatima's house. O Muhammad, tell them that whoever broke into the house of Fatima is an enemy. Your enemy will burn the text of Fatima. Omar falsifying your text and distorted it. An unbelieving and bastard foe erased Ali's text. The violation of your right by Omar corrupts the text of Ali. Omar son of Suhak lowers himself since he is hypocritical. An atheist has aborted the fetus of Fatima and this caused her death. A usurper will reject the generosity of God on him and he will kill Hassan's mother. A usurper reject the generosity of God on him and he kill Hussein's mother. A father-in-law has hindered you and made you lose the life of Hassan's mother. A father-in-law is in hell because he has usurped Fadak's farm and killed Hassan's mother. An avid person has usurped the farm of Fadak, and I will pronounce his tricks. A cursed father-in-law distorted a right and cheated on usurping the Fadak farm. It is certain that a father-in-law kills Hassan's mother and usurps Fadak's farm. It is certain that a father-in-law killed Hussein's mother and usurped Fadak's farm. A damned man has corrupted the path of your truth. The text of a right has been hindered, and an atheist will trample it. Whoever hindered my text of the right and hid it is atheist. The woe is about a greedy atheist has hidden the text of Ali's right. A hypocritical father-in-law will rule and hinder religion. A knowledge of the right of God has described Omar's plot. Hafsa poisoning the Prophet. Hafsa inserted the poison, to kill the Prophet, in the medication. Our secret will emerge the plot of the tribe of Hafsa. They needed for Hafsa a poison clay. Hafsa's hostility has paved the way to poison you. The Quran will emerge the plot of Hafsa and the poison she has put for you. Hafsa enemy who has dripped poison for you. Hafsa dripping the poison and she prepares it for you. Hafsa your wife similar to wife Lut since she has prepared poison for you. Hafsa your wife put the poison in your drug. Hafsa your wife is an enemy and she voluntarily poisoned you. Hafsa your wife is bad, greedy and will put you poison with drug. Hafsa's drug is a clay that will poison your sweat. The poison placed by Hafsa will cause the cut of your sweat. Your sweat has been cut by the influence of poison. Omar gave poison to his daughter Hafsa. Hafsa's father tells his daughter how to poison you. The way you're poisoned comes from Hafsa's father. The poison that was brought to you, dripping by the father of Hafsa. Omar and Hafsa crushed a clay of lime. Omar and Hafsa made you drink clay as drug. Omar and Hafsa are decadent. They will put poison in your drug. The clay that Hafsa's father brought you poisoned your sweat. Aisha and Hafsa were collaborating. One of your women who was influenced by Hafsa gave you to drink poison as a drug. One of your women who obeyed Hafsa gave you to drink poison as drug. Hafsa and another of your women gave you to drink poison as medicine. Hafsa obliterated the Quran. Your Quran was given voluntarily to Hafsa. Hafsa obscured the Quran she received on deposit. Hafsa darkened all the Quran entrusted to her. Hafsa, your wife, is really a dark enemy. Hafsa is your enemy have obliterated my Quran. Hafsa is my enemy who obliterated your Quran. Your Quran has been obliterated, and all the curses on Hafsa the greedy. God's punishment for Hafsa and Omar. Your wife Hafsa will be poisoned by your enemy. I promise, I will really distorted your wife Hafsa. I will certainly distorted Hafsa. It's an enemy woman. The Almighty is at your support and distorts Hafsa. I will fall your enemy Hafsa to my fire. I swear of your religion that I will make Hafsa a food for hell. I swear of your religion that I will make Hafsa the food of hell. We will stuff Hafsa's mouth with food from hell. God gives Hafsa a stinking food of hell. For Hafsa, God gives her a poison that rip her and also a food of fire. We will show you the father of Hafsa ripped. God gives the father of Hafsa the burn of hell as food. Muawiyah is an atheistic enemy. Your grandson Hassan will be a prince and people will not obey him. Atheist and greedy man kills Hassan, Ali's son. A greedy person will be an unbeliever and kill his son Hassan. An atheist, pretend the deafness, kill his son Hassan. Muawiyah is unfaithful. God will keep him low. Muawiyah usurper is hypocritical. God will keep him down. We will subjugate Muawiyah since he killed your grandson. We will burn Muawiyah because he opposed your grandson. Yazid, son of Muawiyah, is an atheist usurper. People refused to submit to Hussein's order. A usurper atheist killed Hussein and cut his progeny. The individual who decapitated your grandson is a thief. The rapist king of Syria is the one who killed your grandsons. A usurper has cut off the heads of your grandsons. The usurper king of Syria cuts the future of your grandson's text. King cut your grandson's head and stabbed him. A king cut off the head of your grandson and cut the future of his text. A king gave a written order to cut off the heads of your grandsons. A grandson was stabbed and a king cut off his head. Your offspring and a grandson, granddaughter, are killed by swords. A father-in-law cut off your progeny and a grandson. The offspring of grandsons and blood relation all are cut. A greedy atheist killed Ali Hussein's son. When Hussein arrived at a named place, Taf was killed with his family. Hussein and all his family were killed in an area called Taf, Karbala. The blood relation of your Hussein arrived at an area in Iraq called Taf. It is the king of Taf of Iraq who confronted Hussein. The king of Iraq and Taf repel Hussein. A bluffing enemy killed Ali Hussein's son. When Hussein arrived at Taf, he was killed with your family. Hussein arrived at Taf, he was shot down and slaughtered. A murderer will kill your daughter's son. A murderer killed your daughter's 2 sons. Road repair. We will repair your path with the divine guide. We will fix your way that they have corrupted. God will take care instead of you to repair a path of corruption. The way with you has been corrupted by your tribe, and God will repair it. The Mahdi. The appearance of Mahdi. As soon as Mahdi pops up, I will support your right. Mahdi appeared and he really clarified your text. Mahdi appeared and arranges the secret of your right. The emergence of Mahdi reveals the text of your right. The emergence of your text of right reveals Mahdi. Your text will really be interpreted once the Mahdi will appear. The Mahdi and the text of the separate letters. The emergence of a true secret text will suffice Mahdi. Mahdi was fair to you when he unveiled a secret of right. I will separate the letters from your text for Mahdi. I will slash the secret content of your text for Mahdi. I will tell them that I will cut the letters composing the message to Mahdi. I will use Mahdi for your right and reveal your secret. God will prepare Mahdi to reveal your right. Mahdi deeply meditated and disseminated the text of your right. Your Furqan is realized for Mahdi and will be spread widely. What you said about Mahdi was well explained. Mahdi arranged a secret and he made your right emerge. Mahdi described a writing about a right that concerns you. Mahdi described all the writing about a right that concerns you. Your support, Mahdi, has well detailed the writing of your right. Mahdi is on your side, and he has arranged the writing of your right. Mahdi did everything for your right, and he emergent a secret text. Mahdi does enough to appear the writing of your right. Mahdi is doing enough to emerge all the writing of your right. Mahdi explained the separate letters at the opening of surahs regarding your text of the right. Mahdi explained a text, and he made your right emerged. Mahdi has decrypted a secret, and he emerged a text of right. I will support Mahdi because he showed your right. Mahdi broadcast the manuscript description about your right. Mahdi formed a text and emphasized your right. Mahdi made a right and wrote your text. Mahdi defined the text and was defined in it. Mahdi knew your family's right, in the middle of a text. Mahdi knows the truth in the middle of your text. Mahdi defined the truth in the middle of your text. Mahdi was really defined in the middle of your text. Mahdi was defined in the middle of your family's text. Mahdi has defined your right within a text. They will know the Mahdi in the text of your right. The truth elucidates the Mahdi's knowledge in the middle of your text. Mahdi knew a truth in the middle of your text. God the True has defined Mahdi in the middle of your text. Mahdi knew a right that belongs to you in the middle of a text. Mahdi knowing a right in the middle of your text. Mahdi knowing your right in the middle of a text. The path of Mahdi. What Mahdi did from your Quran is true. We will confirm your way and what Mahdi did. I prescribed the text of your right and what Mahdi did. Mahdi has taken the path of truth and benefits people. Mahdi will benefit by taking the path of truth. Mahdi. Correction and descriptions. Correction of Mahdi. Mahdi was reformed and widely broadcast your Furqan. We will reform Mahdi and we will break the infidelity. Mahdi has been reformed and will abolish the disbelief of many people. Mahdi has been reformed and we are going to exterminate atheism. The descriptions of Mahdi. He is just. A just will be born and I prepare his reasoning. A just son has deciphered my secret. I prepare him. The son of Hud just is the support of your efforts. A just decoded a secret and he brought out the guiding text. The just son of Ad has deciphered the writing of a text and he is a just. He is a just man and fair. He has deciphered the writing of a text. He is fair and immaculate. The immaculate and fair disseminates your right. The immaculate Son makes your right heard in a text. The man fair and immaculate will spread your right. A man immaculate, fair and just man will give you justice. The immaculate Son will restore your right. Son of an immaculate will restore your right. A son immaculate will arrange your right. An immaculate man, and the restorer of your right, will be just. an immaculate man will be prepared for your text of right. The text of your right will certainly be prepared by an immaculate. Your same revelation has confirmed the work of the immaculate man. The honesty of an immaculate man has been fulfilled by your same revelation. An immaculate man makes the right of your sons heard in a text. An immaculate man detailed the religion of your right and has heard it. An immaculate man became aware of religion and arranged your right. Certainly an immaculate man who has been prepared will spread your right. Mahdi is a pious sultan and he arranged your right. Mahdi is also named by God, Ahmad. Ahmad unveiled my secret and he made your text emerge. Ahmad unveiled your secret and he made my text emerge. Ahmad has absorbed your secret and we will have chosen him. They knew Ahmad in the manuscript of your text. Ahmad appears and he will support your teachings. The emergence of Ahmad will be a support for your educations. Ahmad will appear, bringing with him your text. Ahmad and his companion broadcast your text. Ahmad will emerge to you a secret according to your text. My secret that was manifested by Ahmad is in agreement with your text. Your secret, that has been exposed by Ahmad, is in agreement with my text. Ahmad unveiled my secret and he understood your text very well. Ahmad arrives and understands your text very well. Mahdi enslaved himself to God and obeyed and published the text. O Messenger, obey the text of right that was enough for Mahdi. O Messenger, Mahdi has subjugated and categorized your text. O Messenger, Mahdi, it was fair with your right. Believe me, O Messenger, Mahdi has arranged your right. You must obey, O Messenger, Mahdi has arranged your right. You must obey us. A right is arranged by your messenger Mahdi. You must obey, O Messenger, Mahdi has categorized your right. You must obey, O Messenger, we will describe Mahdi. He obeyed your right. Mahdi explained a text of right and obeyed you. Mahdi is subject to you and has interpreted a text of right. Mahdi obeys you and we will describe the secret of your right. O Messenger, Ahmad uses your education. Mahdi is the messenger of the Prophet and therefore the messenger of Allah. Ahmad is a messenger, and who will know your text very well, and you will must to obey me. Ahmad is a messenger, and who will use your recommendations. Ahmad is a messenger, and who spreads your recommendations, and you will have to obey. Mahdi, your messenger, categorized a right. You must obey. Mahdi is a messenger, organized your right, and you must obey me. Mahdi, a messenger, has categorized your right. You must obey. Mahdi is our messenger, has categorized your right. You must obey. Muhammad Mahdi is Katani. The description of your secret has been entrusted to a Katani. Your secret describes a fair Katani. God protects Katani Hud for deciphering a secret. Your secret is arranged in a science of Katani Hud. Your secret gives details on the date of the appearance of Katani. A Katani described the secret of the promise that concerns you. The secret of the promise that concerned you was described by Katani. A Katani tells the description of your science. A Katani studied the description of your science. A Katani studied your science and ranked it. A Katani prepares the description of your secret. A Katani was prepared for the description of your secret. Certainly I will prepare a Katani who has described your secret. I will prepare Katani to describe your secret. A Katani has been qualified for the description of your secret. Katani organizes the description of your secret. Muhammad Mahdi is a king of Khatan. His secret speaks of the rise of the kingdom of Khatan. His secret speaks of the rise of the king of Khatan. A king of Khatan describes a promised secret. My secret has described the reign of the kingdom of Khatan. A secret has described the reign of King Khatan. The kingdom of Khatan will return after its destruction. The kingdom of Khatan will return without turbidity. The origin of Mahdi. His lineage to his mother. Naima's son organized the manuscript of your right. I describe the son of Naima who wrote your right. Son of Naima organizes the lines of your right. I take care of Naima's child and your right. His lineage to his father. A son Mari composes your right and reigned. A son Mari is a support for you and he has spread your right. Your secret has been told and in its content a son of Hadon. Your secret, who is with Hadon's son, will be told. I will offer to Amar's son the text of your right. The son of Amr announces the instructions of your right. Hemyar's son brought the promise of your text. A promise, and Hemyar's son led your text. We will prepare the son of Hemyar and give you justice. God has protected your secret in the lineage of Khatan. In your secret will be the description of the Khatan son. God will describe your secret and the son of Khatan. The son of Khatan will describe your secret. God will describe the son of Khatan and your secret. Your secret was detailed by the son of Khatan. Your secret was arranged by Khatan son of Hud. Your secret is arranged in a science of Khatani Hud. We will give the victory to your right and the two sons of Hud. God gives triumph to the two sons of Hud and your right. Your secret and a right will be announced by the son of Ad. The son of Ad spreads his secret and your right. God will offer the text of your right to the son of Aram. The son of Aram will announce the promise of your right. The son of Aram will give a triumph to the promise of your right. Sam's son gives a triumph to your right and to my promise. Mahdi son of Noah arranged a secret of you who is scattered. The text of your right is with the son of Idris. Your right and the text of God are with the son of Idris. The secret of your right has been entrusted to Adam's son. A secret concerning your right is entrusted to the son of Adam. The son of Mahdi, Muhammad Aziz. There is, in your secret, a recommendation concerning the son of Mahdi. The mystery of God regarded the child of Muna as the heir of your right. Your secret considers the son of Muna as the heir of your right. The son of Mahdi widens the victory of your right. Mahdi's son did what he could and won the victory for your right. Ahmad's son is powerful. He is the making of your secret. The son of Mahdi is aware of the results that follow the secrecy of text of your right. The child of Muna is the guardian of the secret of your right. A right, which is in the possession of a son of an immaculate man, will give you justice. I will prepare the son of a righteous man who deciphered my secret. A just man will prepare his son and will give you the victory. A just man will give you victory, and I will prepare his son. A just man will give you victory, and his son will help. A just man has deciphered the secret of my text, and his son obeys him. The son of a just man gives his promise to my secret and your text. A son of a righteous man will give his promise and give you the victory. A son of a just man will give you his promise and give you a victory. The victory of a just man and his son supports you. The support of a righteous man and the victory of his son come to your assistance. The victory of a son of a just man shines forth enough. Your right path benefits the son of a just man. The son of a just man gives you a victory, and I will reward him. I promise you that I will give a victory to you and also to a son of a just man. Your victory makes a righteous man and his child are happy. Events will occur in Saudi Arabia. The concealment of the Quran occurred and its neglect. A correct Quran is hidden in Mecca and it has been disabled. A correct Quran is hidden in Mecca and it has appeared. A copy of the Quran in Hassan's tomb. The Quran is in the tomb of the grandson of the Prophet, Hassan. A Quran of a son who has been poisoned by an enemy will be correct. Your Quran will be correct with a son who is a leader. A correct Quran will be buried with your grandson. A correct Quran will be left with your grandson. A Quran has been protected with a grandson killed. A Quran of God was protected with your grandson. My Quran is correct. They buried it with your grandson. My Quran is correct. They buried your grandson with it. A Quran, brought by your grandson, will shine. The Word of God is a path of truth that has been placed with a grandson. The Word of God resided with a grandson. The Quran was hidden in a grave. I lay the text of my right in the grave of your grandson. The text of God has been deposited deep in the grave of your grandson. Your text of your right is a guide in a grave and will pop up. The Quran in the side pit of the tomb. We will protect your Quran in the middle of a grave. Your text is a folded secret and placed in a deep grave. Your text and its lines are placed in a deep grave. Your text has been wrapped with an immaculate man in a grave. A science was buried in a grave. They missed, with Hassan, instructions that belong to you. Instructions and recommendations will be placed on Hassan. The recommendations will be inoperative on Hassan. The science of the instructions of your recommendations is placed on Hassan. The Quran will be covered with a tissue with Ali's son. With the Quran lies a shroud of a leader. A leader was wrapped by a shroud with the Quran. They will bury him with your Quran. Your Quran has been transported and he will be buried. Certainly, he will bury the Quran and your right with it. Hassan is going to be buried and the Quran with him. A science, which is presented as a straight path, is going to be buried. The text of his speech is true, and it was written on another writing erased. The text of his speech is true, and he was buried with perfumes, for sterilization. The text of his speech is true, and he was buried with a disinfected. Yusuf is an immaculate man who will take out the Quran from the grave. Your Quran will be buried, and God will appear his book. Your Quran is true, and it will emerge as guidance. Only the care of God who will protect your Quran. Yusuf son of Qatan supported your son-in-law. Yusuf son of Qatan is a support for your son-in-law. Yusuf is an immaculate man, and he is prepared for your text of right. Yusuf is an immaculate man, and he was prepared for your text of right. Yusuf will take out the text of your right from the rubble of the earth. Your Quran is correct, and it emerges as soon as Yusuf will make it out. Yusuf escalates instructions concerns the truth. Yusuf is considered the father-in-law of King Qatan. Yusuf Qatan's father-in-law is your support. It is the son of Yusra who escalates your right. The son of Yusra supported your text and the right of God. It is the son of Yusra who supported the text of your right. Your text was supported by a right and by Yusra's son. Yusra's son and his uncle are loyal to you. Quran, of God holy, was brought out by Amari. Yusra's son is attentive, and your right protects him. Your text is supported by a right and by Yusra's son. Mecca and the Qatani. The path of truth is in Mecca. We will restore the path of truth to Mecca. We will call to follow the path of truth in Mecca. God, the true, has drawn up a text of promise in the Mecca. God has set up justice and a text of right in the Mecca. A justice and a text of law were drawn up in the Mecca. A promulgation of justice and the way of truth in Mecca. We will bring to Mecca the events of the promise. A text of the letters will cause the fall of a king and a kingdom. The coming of your text leads to the fall of the king of the sanctuary. Upon the arrival of an intermittent text, God will divide a power of a king. A text of letters ending a well-established kingdom. A text of my letters overthrew a reign of a king. A text of my letters overthrew a reign of a kingdom. A text, composed of letters, and which was detailed, destroyed a kingdom. The fate of the Saud family. The kingdom of Qatan overthrew a Saudi. The text of his right fractured the Saudi kingdom. We will put an end to the power of an abusive Saudi. The text of your law divides Saudi. A Saudi king has been eliminated by Qatan. Qatan eliminates the kingdom of Saudi. The kingdom of Qatan eliminates Saudi Arabia. The text of your right divides the Saudi family. Your text lowers the Saudi family and scatters them. Your text scatters the Saudi family and get them down. Your text bring down the Saudis and scatters them. A Saudi kingdom has been eliminated by Qatani. All the Saudi have been eliminated by Qatani. A Saudi has been eliminated by the kingdom of Qatani. Qatan's sovereignty in Mecca. The kingdom of Qatan has been eliminated by a Saudi. O Prophet, Qatan takes a prestigious position in Mecca. Qatan, after he has been eliminated, he returns to Mecca. In a secret, Khatan takes a prestigious position in Mecca. A secret describes the return of Khatan to Mecca. Khatan's prestigious position in Mecca has been well explained to him. The Beast and the arrival of Jesus. Antichrist, the Beast. The unbelievers will join the Antichrist. I tell you clearly about Mahdi and the secret of a beast, cat. The appearance of an unfaithful Antichrist has been announced. The Antichrist will appear and disbelievers will believe him. An Antichrist appears and the disbelievers move towards him. We declare the subject of Antichrist, and that they obeyed him motivated by infidelity. We declare the subject of the Antichrist, and the miscreants made him compatible. We declare the subject of a heretic Antichrist, and that they obeys. We declare the subject of an unfaithful Antichrist, and that they bring him out. An Antichrist, which was their product, had disbelieved. An Antichrist was produced in favor of disbelief. A group of Jews used magic to bring out the Antichrist. The text of your right prescribes the acts of certain Jewish. Some Jews have learned to decipher a magic text to produce a cat. We describe for you a Jewish magic and a cat. We describe for you a cat who has been bewitched and also Jews. A text with Jews is enough for the magic of a cat. Some Jews have deciphered a magic text produced a cat. They did, with the text of their magic and a rooster, a cat. The basis of charmed a cat is a rooster and a rotten corpse. An animal was slaughtered and his blood was pressed for a cat. The rooster was squeezed and drained of blood to produce a cat. The blood has been pressed and emptied for a cat, and they offer it a life. The blood was squeezed for a cat, and they turned it into a spirit. Jewish guards made a new category of cats. They will prepare an atheist and will get a cat. An atheist will be transformed by the production of a cat blood. An atheist will be produced and transformed by a cat blood. They will restore a corpse of a mummified atheist. They will refine a corpse of a mummified atheist. An atheist was obtained from a cat and will come back to life. We will describe you a cat who has been charmed by him, a human being. The charm of a cat transformed into a human being has been announced. The charm of a human being transformed into a cat has been announced. I inform you that Jews fascinate a new category of cats. The magic of the Jews made a category like cats. Solomon's enemy is a cat who is really atheist. An intricate deception turned a cat into a new category. Jews ate with a cat a kind of magic. I describe a Jewish king who was charmed through a cat. They invented a king with magic. A king was invented with magic in him. Only the magic of Jews succeeded in making a king. I describe my enemy. He is a cat and magician king. My enemy is a magician cat. I describe his kingdom. Antichrist, the enemy of the prophet. His descriptions and actions. The Antichrist is a monster of the cat class. The curse on the Antichrist, he became like a cat and a cheetah. We will describe you the Antichrist. He is a speckled enemy. Mahdi described through you the magic of a cat. Your religion has described a cat invented by magic. Your religion has described a magic made by a cat. Your correct text has spelled out the magic of a cheetah. A tiger will come out like a lion, and we will describe it exactly. A truthful text will come out a description of a tiger like a lion. I will describe a cat. He is an enemy tiger and his eyes circled in black. The Antichrist is one-eyed. I will tell you about a cat, cheetah, and one-eyed. An Antichrist one-eyed and wants the quarrel, and we will describe him as a cat. An Antichrist, one-eyed, was all impure, and unbelievers would follow. Your text will invalidate the tricks of a one-eyed cheetah. A one-eyed cheetah will violate the sanctity of every home. A one-eyed cheetah reaches all that is protected. One-eyed cat will break the contracts established by your religion. I will inform you that a cat, one-eyed, allowed bloodshed. Between his eyes is drawn the word atheist, kafir. God will inform you of him and wrote between his eyes a word disbelieve, kafara. I will curse a cat and I will define it by a sign, disbeliever. I will curse a cat that has been defined by the name, atheist, kafir. A defect established by the atheist name trace has erased one of his eyes. It's confusing for people. The lion cat has disturbed them, and they will hear through you a description of him. The lion cat makes them troubled despite our description of him. God curses a cat described as a lion, and it was confusing. Your enemy is a confusing cat, and we will describe it. The works of a black cat has made every comprehension perplexed. The Antichrist has miraculous magic abilities. An enemy cat has been declared, and there is magic in his speech. An enemy like a cat was declared and charmed people's eyes. The magic that the cat practices pretends to be able to bring the missing. The Antichrist is appalling. A cat violated all sanctity and extorted all protection. Everyone in a shelter will be terrified by a corrupt cat. Each spouse will be terrified by a corrupt cat. A cat slays the most honored son in all the Mecca. A horrible time when a cat blew blood. Muhammad Aziz will kill the Antichrist. Muna's son has deciphered the enchantment of an insurgent cat. Muna's son will end the enchantment of a cat. God promises you that Muna's son will end his witchcraft. Mahdi's son is your support. Will end witchcraft. A terrifying cat, which ruined my advice, was perished. A Christian cat disbelieved. I cursed him and I push him away. We will repel the terror of an atheist Christian cat, and we are cutting him. An Antichrist is your enemy, and God will never give him the victory. Your enemy is a cat, Antichrist, and God will never give him the victory. Jesus the Christ. An immaculate Christ ascended to heaven. Christ is above, and he has a way that is yours. Christ is above, and your Quran confirms it. Christ has been truly sanctified, and he is above. We raise for your favor an immaculate Christ. Christ ascended above. Your text makes him go down. God raises a Christ who will repel in your name a cat. Christ was raised above and will come down as a defender. God raises a Christ for your favor, and a cat has been repulsed. We lift Christ above. He will come back to give you a victory. Certainly, Christ will be assigned as well as an immaculate man. Pure and honest Christ is on our side and will take care of your right. Christ has been described, through you, to an immaculate man. Your description of Christ will come to people. The return of Jesus, peace be upon him. I announce that Christ will appear after accusing him of atheism. Destiny has done justice for you and Christ appears. Christ appears, and your text has given him enough honor. They have lost Christ and he will appear again to support you. Jesus will bring victory to Islam. Christ will come and be your support. Christ appears and gives you enough victory. Christ is above, appears again, and supports your guidance. The instructions of Christ who comes from above gives you victory. I prepare the Christ who is above, and he will return to give you victory. Certainly, that the honesty of Christ and an immaculate man will be of benefit to you. Certainly, Christ is very sincere and immaculate, will be beneficial to you. The immaculate Christ we entrusted to you will have a sincere help. Certainly, that Christ, very immaculate and sincere, will be of benefit to you. Surely, that the immaculate Christ will be honest and will benefit you. The immaculate Christ has come and will benefit you. Christ is above and we will prepare him for your support. Believers follow the immaculate Christ that will benefit your family. The immaculate Christ will benefit you. He is honest and immaculate. God, the pardoner, has immaculate Christ for your text. Christ will work by following your Quran and your instructions. We will prepare for you the way of Christ and his instructions. We will prepare for you the way and the instructions of Christ. We raise the Christ above and we will keep him above for your path. They lost Christ and his appearance again gives you the victory. We lead and prepare Christ for your path. They lost Christ and his appearance support your future. The text of Hud's son is true and does honor to Jesus. God's care makes Jesus come back to us and bring back the text of your truth. The care of God gives victory to Jesus and he extends your right. It was the care of God that gave victory to the dominion of Jesus. Jesus is a reformer, and we destroy the atheism left by a cat. Jesus arrived by order of us, and he destroys the atheism left by a cat. When Jesus appears, victory will be completed. Almighty God says, "We have certainly sent you a book in which you recite your story. So why do not you understand?" Surah the Prophets 10.